I have been pretty engulfed in the romance genre for a while now. I think you can tell by the videos that are on my channel, and I have fallen in love with this series, The Cafe Terrace and Its Goddesses, or Megami no Cafe Terrace. I first got into this series last year, and being a huge fan of the quintessential quintuplets, I gave the series a shot pretty quickly. Yes, I guess you could say I am a harem romance guy. I know some people hate it. It's not heartwarming, or maybe as fulfilling as in My Dress Up Darling or The Dangers in My Heart, but it's still a very fun series nonetheless. But with all of that out of the way, let's get started. So for this video, I'm going to do different category shits. One being the story, second being the characters, and third being just my overall thoughts on the series. And throughout, I will make comments and such on it. I do tend to ramble. I apologize in advance. But the story starts off with Hayato, a young man about to start a new chapter in his life, getting into a college, a very big one at that, Tokyo U. But one day Hayato receives news that his grandmother has now passed away, and this comes as a shock to him, of course. He had a huge fight with his grandma and hasn't seen her for a while after this, so he's left with some uneasiness, of course. She took Hayato in after his parents died, so they did have a certain bond. Hayato goes back to his hometown to his grandmother's place, which was also a cafe. It was a low-key place, one that attracted little business, so when Hayato came here, he just really planned to sell it or have the place torn down because it would be way more profitable that way. But he then learns that 5 beautiful girls are staying there. These 5 girls were taken in under his grandma, with each of them having different backgrounds and reasons for staying with her. After learning more about these girls and remembering what made this cafe so lovable in the first place, Hayato decides to keep the cafe and wants to completely turn it around. I know I kind of just ran through that, I apologize, but yeah, this is where the whole story honestly starts. And of course there is tons of fan service. The comedy is here pretty often too. And lastly, they know when to hit you in your feels. It's actually insane how good of a job Seo does in this regard. I won't go too deep into this series, like every single detail, but I will avoid manga spoilers, and if I do talk about the manga, I will warn you. But season 2 has been out, but I guess now we can move on to the characters. I'm going to be talking about them from least to most liked, in my opinion. Not saying that I dislike any of them, of course, but I do have favorites. First, Shiragiku Ano. I will say she is the nicest and most pure character out of all these girls, comfortably, with no debate. Well, unless she's drunk, she is a second year in college, and I think that she is one of the oldest of the main cast. She is the cook of the cafe and is actually very talented, but I know she would like to be a chef. Like her father. He is a 3-star chef, so she definitely has good influence on that. She, like many of the other girls, likes Hayato, but she has one thing going for her that the others don't. She has known him since childhood and actually has liked him since then. She's just known him for the longest. But I'm gonna be honest, I don't see her winning at all. I was wrong with Yotsuba winning too. My favorite thing about her though, I won't lie, whenever it comes to alcohol, she just gets absolutely just smitten. The thing that makes it so funny is because she wants to, do stuff that she normally wouldn't want to. It doesn't matter what kind of alcohol it is. It can be a lick of wine. I've even seen her get drunk off of alcoholic wipes. Next, this hurts me a lot, but I have Ami. She is absolutely lovable. Funny enough, she used to be top 2 for me. She, to my knowledge, is the youngest in the group and is like a total dunce. Nothing against her. I love that about her though. She is funny, and that really is her whole shtick. She tries to be funny and she makes plenty of fighting game references, mainly Street Fighter. She's a 3rd year in high school and is a karate student. She is crazy strong, which is also pretty funny a lot during the series too. She definitely is the funniest in the cast, but she had moments in season 2 as well where she cried multiple times. The next 3 get swapped for me all the time. First, Akane. She is amazing. I could be wrong, but I think she was the first one to confess to Hayato, at least seriously. She is a musician and hopes to make it big one day, and she also makes coffee at the cafe. She taught Hayato how to make it actually. She has a past that she wanted to get away from, which is why she is here now. She is the fan favorite along with the next girl, Rio. She is now a 2nd year college student, and after doing my research, she's actually the oldest out of all the main girls. A former child actress who was once regarded as a child genius, but her popularity gradually declined as she grew up. She likes Hayato too, of course, but she is a bit more shy and nervous than the other girls around him. I think she has shown that she cares the most for the well-being of everyone. Maybe it's because she's the oldest. Lastly, Oka. She, funny enough, used to be my least favorite. She is a tsundere and the one who Hayato actually met first, at least when they're older. She creates outfits for all the girls at the cafe. She, one day, wants to do more. On the moments that sold her for me, maybe spoilers, so skip ahead. She got an offer to go to France for her talent with clothing, and she actually decides to leave. She and Hayato fight all the time, but he loves her like the rest of the girls because they're like family to him. Right before she gets on her plane, she saw him in pain because he was losing another family member, and she kissed him. That one moment brought her really high for me. And stuff in the manga happens that I won't say because of spoilers too, but it's really damn good, man. I really like this series for multiple reasons. One, I feel like this is probably the most valid girls can really feel towards a guy in a harem. Usually it's like with smart guys, right? And although he is smart in this show, he doesn't show that too much. He's just a cool, down-to-earth guy. And although he knows the girls like him, he doesn't use an excuse like focusing on school. It's more the fact that he's focusing on keeping the business afloat, and that needs his utmost attention right now. And the girls like that about him. They get annoyed because they want him to choose someone, but they get it at the end of the day. And also, this series does remind me a lot of quintessential quintuplets, but surprisingly, the creator has no relation whatsoever to the creator. Funny enough, I actually like this series more now. It's funny as hell. I love all the characters and their backstories. They all contribute to the cafe in their own way. Ami making customers laugh, Shiragiku with cooking, Oka with the clothes, Akane making coffee, Riho with the exemplary customer service. Bro, after season 2, I caved and read the manga. I honestly wouldn't mind Hayato getting with any of the girls, but if I were to guess who he's actually going to end up with, I think it's going to be either Ami for the unexpected factor or Akane. It just seems like, to me, she has the most chemistry with him. Guys, please give this series a watch if you haven't already. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.